Here we go. Money talk.
Here's what happens when you advertise on KBLA Talk 1580.
3, possibly 4 weeks ago, I heard an advertisement on your radio station from a company called Grid Solar. I would love to have that phone number so I can reach out to them with reference to solar panels being installed on my property.
Our listeners are aware and engaged, but more than that, they are loyal. When they hear empowering messages that uplift their community and help them live better lives, they respond. No medium reaches this coveted black audience like KBLA Talk 1580. So, hit us up today at smb@kbla1580.com and let us help you connect with our loyal listeners. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black. Money to put.
Hey Zoe, I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light, see the light.
Have you ever experienced something that felt like more than just a coincidence? Something that seemed to have a deeper, more significant meaning? What if I told you that these moments might not be random at all, but actually part of a greater pattern that connects all of us? In this episode, we'll delve into the fascinating world of Carl Jung and his groundbreaking concept of synchronicity. Jung was not only a renowned psychologist, but also a thinker deeply interested in the mysteries of the universe and the paranormal. He believed that seemingly unrelated events could actually be connected through a higher, universal order. So, buckle up and get ready for a mind-expanding journey into the uncharted territory of synchronicity. You'll learn about Jung's life and work, and discover how his theories continue to shape our understanding of the world around us. As we delve deeper into Jung's theory of synchronicity, it's important to understand the history and origins of this concept. Jung first encountered synchronicity in a patient's dream, which led him to ponder the possibility of meaningful coincidences beyond the limitations of causality. He later refined this theory with the help of his colleague, Wolfgang Pauli, a physicist who was also fascinated with the concept of synchronicity. Jung was heavily influenced by Eastern philosophy and religion, particularly Taoism and its emphasis on the interconnectedness of all things. This helped shape his idea of synchronicity as a meaningful coincidence that arises from the interdependence of all phenomena in the universe. While the concept of synchronicity may seem like a mystical or esoteric idea, It is firmly grounded in both Jung's psychological expertise and his deep curiosity about the mysteries of the universe. So, let's continue our exploration of synchronicity by looking at how Jung developed this concept further and how it applies to our daily lives. After Jung's initial encounters with synchronicity, he began to collaborate with the physicist Wolfgang Pauli. Pauli was struggling with a personal crisis that led him to seek therapy from Jung. During their collaboration, Pauli became increasingly interested in the concept of synchronicity, and the two began to explore it together. Jung's work on synchronicity was first published in 1952 in his book Synchronicity, an acausal connecting principle. In this work, Jung outlined the key principles of synchronicity, which he believed were essential for understanding the phenomenon. These principles include the idea that synchronistic events are meaningful and purposeful, despite lacking a causal connection. Jung also believed that synchronicity was a universal phenomenon, with no regard for time or space. Additionally, he argued that the experience of synchronicity is subjective and can only be truly understood by the individual who experiences it. These key principles form...
All right, here we go. We talking about synchronicities? Maybe. The voice of reason back in the building live from KBLA Talk 1580. You already know what it is. I got questions about a particular topic. And what does it have to do with Carl Jung's concept on synchronicity? Tonight's topic, woo! Don't trip, you dodged a bullet. What does it mean to dodge an intimate bullet? Many times in relationships when they go bad, we get sad, we get forlorn. I've been there. We get disappointed, we get frustrated, I could have did this differently. I should have did that differently. Blah, 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 blah. All the stories we tell ourselves, right? But oftentimes you will find people in your circle or people who come across your path that may say this famous idiom. Don't trip. You dodged a bullet. What does that mean philosophically, psychologically, metaphysically? Does it get you through? Is it just an example of toxic positivity? Let me just say something positive to get you through this negative moment. Could it be that? Or is there a deeper meaning to it? What do they know about your relationship that you don't? You're thinking, I wasted my time. I wasted my money. I wasted my life. You're thinking, man, the time I spent, the energy I spent, the conversations I've had, oh my God, I can't get any of that back. Because they talk about time being a more valuable currency than money. You can lose money and get it all back. You can't get a second back. Not a second. So, what does that have to do with Carl Jung's synchronicities? Well, we'll get into it by asking some questions. What made you realize that you dodged an intimate bullet after breaking up with your ex? What revelation came to your mind and said, oh man, this was good. This breakup was good. From a theological standpoint, if we view the biblical figure of the devil, i.e. Satan, as a kind of spiritual personal trainer who uses adversity to strengthen the soul, i.e. Job, from the book of Job, could it be argued that certain bullets, whether intimate or otherwise, are not meant to be dodged, but rather faced head-on, endured, and ultimately survived? Oh my God. What? Hey, wait a minute. Who's in control? I thought my free will was in control. I thought I had the power to choose. But if Satan, if we look up the word Satan from its etymological root, right? Satan means adversary. And from the word adversary, we get adversity. And we all understand that Adversity makes us stronger. Let me hit you with the question one more time because I know it was a mouthful, but I wanted to simmer. I wanted to marinate in your eardrums. From a theological standpoint, if we view the biblical figure of Satan as a kind of spiritual personal trainer who uses adversity to strengthen the soul, i.e., Job from the book of Job, could it be argued that certain life bullets or intimate bullets, whether intimate or otherwise, are not meant to be dodged, but rather faced head on, endured, and ultimately overcome? Heavy question. When people claim that they are protected by God or the universe, can it be said that these individuals are virtually bulletproof against life's seemingly random misfortunes? 1-800-920-1580. Is grace and unconditional forgiveness a type of intimate bullet dodging? When you forgive, are you in effect dodging a bullet? When you give grace, are you dodging a bullet? Or are you setting yourself up to receive a bullet? 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone lines. I know. Do we have unconditional free will, or does our will operate within the constraints of God's will? 1-800-920-1580. Is relief the most common human emotion felt after dodging an intimate bullet? I'm not here to play with y'all. You should know 2024, ever since Cat Williams opened his mouth on Club Shay Shay, we've been on fire the whole year. I'm not here to play with y'all. Listen to this next question. Are moments and finally moments very different circumstances that generate the same basic emotion of relief? 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone line. What does it mean if someone dodged a bullet? Does luck exist in the universe? I got questions you already know. Listen, I want to go deeper here. I want to go deeper if I may, right? When we're looking at this big picture, this nuanced picture of existence and human beings' place in it, where quantum physics intersects with spiritual teachings, the concept of dodging a bullet in the realm of intimate relationships beckons us to explore deeper questions about faith, fate, divine protection, and the fine-tuned nature of the universe. The idiom, "you dodged a bullet," resonates on multiple levels: psychological, metaphysical, clinical, and spiritual, each offering a unique lens through which we can understand the dynamics of relationships and the seemingly random escape from emotional harm. Because sometimes you're like, woo, it's luck, right? You dodged a bullet. Somebody said play Bulletproof Soul by Sade. That's a great record. At the heart of the discussion lies the notion of predestination. If the universe is indeed fine-tuned, as suggested by physicists and spiritual thinkers alike, you say, wait a minute, how do physicists and spiritual thinkers agree? Y'all remember the Footsteps poem? Right? There was only one set of footsteps, right? When you was going through something. At the end of the poem, you realize that's when he carried you, right? Do we believe in the Footsteps poem, or is it just a powerful poem? That would indicate that when it's too much for you to handle, God steps in. But I thought you had free will. I thought there was Wait a minute. Hold on. African spiritualists will tell you the same thing. They'll say, hey, your ancestors protected you from that. Can your higher self, the self that's connected to God, intervene and dodge an intimate bullet when your lower self refuses to? Oh, I don't know who this topic is for, but I'm talking to you. Let's get it. I want to talk to y'all tonight. Predestination, is it real? Thomas Campbell's My Big Toe, Theory of Everything, offers a framework where reality is seen as a virtual simulation, a construct of consciousness. In such a scenario, every interaction, every potential bullet in our relationship might be seen as a part of a preordained script, right? With outcomes, whether we are hit or missed, already woven into the fabric of our existence. The misses teach a lesson. Woo! The hits teach a lesson. Whether you get popped or whether grazed or missed altogether, there is a lesson that's interwoven into the fabric of reality. The bullets are lessons, whether they hit you or miss you. That's right, True Monger. I want to know, have you ever had a, whew, I dodged a bullet moment? I want to know. This idea intersects with spiritual teachings where the concepts of divine protection or grace plays a significant role. When individuals claim they are protected by God, the universe, or the ancestors, their ancestors, they imply a form of spiritual bulletproofing against life's adversities. Yet, could this protection be another manifestation of the universe's fine-tuning? In this view, our dodged bullets are not random, but are part of a predestined path. One where our spiritual growth and learning are prioritized. When we come forward, the voice of reason got so much more to talk about. Let's get it.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. Tabitha Smiley's new book, The Covenant with Black America, 20 years later, is now on sale everywhere. This classic text shot to #1 on the New York Times bestsellers list almost 2 decades ago. If you have the original book, you will surely want to get this 20th anniversary edition with powerful new contributions from today's leading voices. This 20th anniversary edition presents a compelling blend of historical insights and contemporary urgency in this critical and unprecedented election year. Get your copy of The Covenant with Black America 20 years later today. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Stay Housed LA has the resources you need to know your rights and the legal support to back them up. The COVID-19 pandemic has cost people their jobs and livelihoods. This has left an estimated 1/3 of households not being able to make rent and facing losing their homes. This is a fear no one in our community should have to face. You have rights, though, and Stay Housed LA is here to help. Stay Housed LA is a partnership between the County of Los Angeles, the City of Los Angeles, and local community and legal service providers. Together, they provide tenants with the information and support needed to exercise their rights so they can remain safely in their homes. Find out more about your rights by participating in a virtual tenant workshop. Get the legal assistance you need. Find additional resources in Los Angeles County and the City of Los Angeles. Stay connected to Stay Housed LA County for updates. This and more at stayhousedla.org. Stay connected to Stay Housed LA for updates. This and more at stayhousedla.org. That's stayhousedla.org. Or call their hotline at 213-694-0040. We've got your black with a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
What make you? Yeah. The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yeah. Hey, yo, Black, it's time. Word, it's timing. It's time, man. Alright, begin. Yeah. Straight out the fucking dungeons of rap. Where fake niggas don't make it back. I don't know how to start this. Rappers are monkey flipping with the funky rhythm I be kicking. Musician, inflicting composition of pain. I'm like Scarface sniffing, holding the instance. See with the pen I'm extreme. Now, little hoes left in my peak holes. I'm suited up with street clothes. Hammy and I in out the feet froze. Y'all know my stilo with or without the airplay. I keep some E and J sitting bent up in the stairway, or either on the corner betting grants with the CeeLo champs. Laughing at big sets, trying to sell some broken amps. G-Packs get off quick forever. Again, talkish, reminiscing about the last time the task force flipped. Again, be running through the block shooting. Time to start the revolution. Catch a body head for Houston once they caught us off guard. The man was in the grass and I ran like a cheetah with thoughts of an assassin.
The still unknown relationship between what we call the unconscious psyche and what we call matter, a mystery with which psychosomatic medicine endeavors to grapple. In studying this still undefined and unexplained connection, it may prove to be that psyche and matter are actually the same phenomenon, one observed from within and the other from without. Dr. Jung put forward a new concept that he called synchronicity. This term means a meaningful coincidence of outer and inner events that are not themselves causally connected. The emphasis lies on the word meaningful. If an aircraft crashes before my eyes as I am blowing my nose, this is a coincidence of events that has no meaning. It is simply a chance occurrence of a kind that happens all the time. But if I bought a blue frock and by mistake the shop delivered a black one on the day one of my near relatives died, this would be a meaningful coincidence. The two events are not caused.
I wanted to play more, but I had to stop because I had a meaningful synchronicity yesterday. Right? And actually, it was last night when I was leaving this studio. So, when I was a kid, my best friends were my first cousins. My mother's sister's sons. She has 3 sons. I don't want to say their names, but they all start with a C. Carlo, Craig, and Carrie. Right? And my best friends. You know, my best friends. So, yesterday, I mean, and like it's been a lot, and I don't talk about it. And this is the reason why I did this show today. I was inspired to do this show because a lot has been going on in my life. And I get up and I do the show every day and I don't talk about it. But today I'm going to talk about it because this show it's not just intimate relationships, but there's much more, right? My daughter has been sick, going in and out of the hospital, some strange illness. We don't know what it is, but she's been ill. And so I'm like, yo, I'm over there every day. And it turns into this daddy-daughter kind of situation where we're watching Game of Thrones. All right, Game of Thrones every morning. And, you know, I get there early enough for us to get in a couple episodes, and I get to tap in and you know, see how she is. So my cousin my cousin Craig, he's a bodyguard. He's one of these guys who takes care of all these high-end people, you know. And he called me. He was like, "Hey, man, I'm babysitting a mansion. Won't you come through?" I'm like, "I'm not coming through, man." But, you know, we talked, you know. But anyway, yesterday, you know, feeling him like, man, I should go kick it with my cousin. He asked me to come visit him. I should go kick it with him. And I'm telling my daughter, you know, this story. And I say, well, I'm just going to reach out to him and see what he's doing. So I text him. I say, yo, cuz, you good? I don't hear from him for the whole day. And I don't hear from him until I leave KBLA. When I leave KBLA, I check my text messages, and he says, "No, my nephew just shot himself, my little cousin." And so I'm listening to my cousin, and he's like, "Man, all he could say, life is crazy. I don't know the purpose or the rhyme or reason for any of this. Life is crazy." There was no answer for him, right? As far as I know, today, you know, my little cousin is still alive. I don't know. I haven't gotten an update. But, you know, putting these topics together, you know, the normal people would say, you know, maybe you should have took the day off. Maybe you should have called in and just said, you know. But no, I decided to use this as a means of gaining understanding and gaining meaning, you know, because for many people, man, whether it's an intimate relationship, because I even asked my cousin, I was like, yo, was it like a breakup or something? What would cause, you know, this to happen? You know, sometimes, man, we can't see the dodged bullet as a blessing. And most of us definitely don't see the bullet that hits us as a blessing. We can't even ask my family to say, oh, this might be a blessing in disguise, that you can't. And you're left trying to find the meaning, the synchronicity of it all. When we come forward, we will delve deeper into this most profound topic.
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. The Supreme Court is declining to reinstate the Biden administration's latest attempt to cancel student debt for millions of Americans. The High Court said no to a request from the Justice Department to lift an order from an appeals court that blocked the SAVE plan. The court added it expects the Court of Appeals to render its decision in a timely manner. The Department of Education paused any loan payments for borrowers enrolled in the program earlier this month. Illinois Attorney General Kwame Raoul is reaching a settlement with Elgin Construction Company. Raoul, who is black, says the settlement resolves allegations that TBJ Drywall and Taping misclassified employees and failed to pay $718,000 in overtime wages to hundreds of current and former employees. An investigation revealed that between 2018 and 2023, TBJ misclassified over 480 employees as independent contractors and paid them a fixed-day rate regardless of the number of hours they worked. That's the latest. I'm Amber Payton on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
Right now, there are young people across the world facing a tough choice: continue their dream of education or drop out to help their family put food on the table. You can help change their future in a single moment. See how far your support can go at unbound.org.
Campus is under attack. I can't get his radio station on my transistor. I'm getting the Asian station that he's right around, but they're not letting KBLA 1580 come in. I'm not getting the black man. So let Tavis know he's under attack. Cyber attack, racist attack, fascist attack, but he's under attack. And they doing something to disrupt his radio station so they won't get the truth out to us.
Hey, it's Tavis. We appreciate all that love, let me tell you, because we may very well be under attack on all sides. Just because you don't believe in conspiracy theories don't mean they ain't after you. But in reality, sometimes stuff happens with the signal from the studio to the tower, which sends our programming to your car, home, office, or your transistor radio. But when you download the KBLA 1580 app, the sound is clear as a bell all day, all night, anywhere in the world, from Los Angeles to Lagos. So we love all of our listeners, no matter how you hear us. But when you download the KBLA 1580 app and hear that richness, you'll wonder why you didn't do it sooner. But don't take my word for it. Download the KBLA 1580 app right now. I'm Tavis Smiley, and I approve this message.
Helping to broaden your political and moral imagination with our 2024 climate justice campaign. We're KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey LA, be an eco-friendly hero. Join LADWP's Power Savers program and use your smart thermostat to help ease strain on the electric grid during peak electric demand. You'll save electricity while you lower your bill. Plus, as a power saver, you can get up to $185 in prepaid gift cards. Don't have a smart thermostat? No problem. Shop and sign up at ladwp.com/Power Savers program. That's ladwp.com/Power Savers program. To help combat climate change, LADWP is helping neighborhoods have better access to electric vehicles by awarding nearly $130 million in EV rebates to customers just like you. From big savings on used EVs to building new charging plazas, LADWP is charging ahead to help all Angelenos experience the benefits of EVs. Get rebates of up to $4,000 for a used EV and $1,750 for a charger. Learn more at ladwp.com/EV. That's ladwp.com/EV.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminding you that we keep us safe. Pro Football Hall of Famer and urban peace pioneer Jim Brown believed in just that. So he founded the Amera I Can Foundation for Social Change in 1988, focusing on at-risk and high-risk youth in underserved schools and juvenile detention facilities, as well as adult incarceration and reentry initiatives. The core of the Amera I Can program is its 15-chapter life skills curriculum. Mastery of these skills allows individuals to meet their academic potential, conform their behavior to acceptable societal standards, and improve the quality of their lives by equipping them with what they need to confidently and successfully contribute to society. Today, the foundation is led by its president, Monique Brown, who has been actively involved in the organization for more than 25 years. The Amera I Can Foundation continues its work in memory of its founder, actor, philanthropist, and NFL legend Jim Brown. To get involved or make a donation, please visit AmeriICanCommunity.partners. That's AmeriICanCommunity.partners. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
After you use Bounce Dryer sheets and realize how fresh, soft, less wrinkled, and less staticky your laundry can be, you'll put a sheet on it every time. Like those socks that smell like they've been through a marathon. Or that blanket that's got wrinkles on its wrinkles. Maybe even your chatty coworker who keeps distracting you. Okay, Bounce Dryer sheets can't do it all. But for fresher, softer, better laundry, put a sheet on it with Bounce.
My mom has taken up going to the park to practice yoga.
My dad's going to a club, but not a book club, a salsa club.
Finding new hobbies comes with age.
My mom has started getting lost and not knowing where she's going.
Becoming lost or disoriented doesn't. Confusion with time or place may be a sign of Alzheimer's. An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yeah, I'm out at Brooklyn. Now I'm down in Tribeca, right next to the Narrow. But I'll be hood forever. I'm the new Sinatra. And since I made it here, I can make it anywhere. Yeah, they love me everywhere. I used to cop in Harlem. All of my Dominicanos right there up on Broadway. Pulled me back to that McDonald's. Took it to my stash spot, 560 State Street. Catch me in the kitchen like a Simmons whipping pastry. Cruising down A Street, off-white Lexus. Driving so slow, but BK is from Texas. Me, I'm out that Bed-Stuy, home of that boy Biggie. Now I live on Billboard, and I brought my boys with me. Say what up to Tata, still sipping my top. Sitting courtside, Knicks and Nets give me high five. I be spiked out, I could trip a referee. Tell by my attitude that I'm most definitely from.
From galaxies and stars, down to atoms and subatomic particles, the very structure of our universe is determined by these numbers. These are the fundamental constants and quantities of the universe. Scientists have come to the shocking realization that each of these numbers has been carefully dialed to an astonishingly precise value, a value that falls within an exceedingly narrow, life-permitting range. If any one of these numbers were altered by even a hair's breadth, no physical, interactive life of any kind could exist anywhere. There'd be no stars, no life, no planets, no chemistry. Consider gravity, for example. The force of gravity is determined by the gravitational constant. If this constant varied by just 1 in 10 to the 60th parts, none of us would exist. To understand how exceedingly narrow this life-permitting range is, imagine a dial divided into 10 to the 60th increments. To get a handle on how many tiny points on the dial this is, compare it to the number of cells in your body, or the number of seconds that have ticked by since time began. If the gravitational constant had been out of tune by just one of these infinitesimally small increments, the universe would either have expanded and thinned out so rapidly that no stars could form and life couldn't exist, or it would have collapsed back on itself with the same result: no stars, no planets, and no life. Or consider the expansion rate of the universe. This is driven by the cosmological constant. A change in its value by a mere 1 part in 10 to the 120th parts would cause the universe to expand too rapidly or too slowly. In either case, the universe would again be life-prohibiting. Or another example of fine-tuning. If the mass and energy of the early universe were not evenly distributed to an incomprehensible precision of 1 part in 10 to the 10 to the 123rd, the universe would be hostile to life of any kind. The fact is, our universe permits physical, interactive life only because these, and many other numbers, have been independently and exquisitely balanced on a razor's edge. Wherever physicists look, they see examples of fine-tuning. The remarkable fact is that the values of these numbers seem to have been very finely adjusted to make possible the development of life. If anyone claims not to be surprised by the special features that the universe has, he's hiding his head in the sand. These special features are surprising and unlikely.
What in the world? The universe. And they're not just talking, as the clip stated in the beginning. from the very massive, from the very large, talking about black holes, quasars, planets, suns, to the microscopic, to the subnuclear level, there is fine-tuning. Fine-tuning means some independent source dialed all of these different constants into being so that life could exist. Scientists don't want to say outright and say that's God. But if something happened to your little cousin, you start to question, like, is that in the divine plan? Who is ready for that type of up leveling, right? Right? Because you know how life works. Life be lifing, as they say, right? You get pushed into things, and then you're asked spiritually and psychologically to deal with it. But many people were never born with the tools. I sure as hell wasn't. We weren't born with the tools. We weren't born with a set of eyes to look for the tools. And so, when something auspicious or fortuitous happens for us, we say, ooh, you dodged a bullet. Because we see dodging a bullet as lucky, as fortunate. Do you see? But what if, because you know you've dodged many bullets, but you've also caught some too. Am I lying? 1-800-920-1580. This predestination idea and how it intersects with spiritual teachings, where the concept of divine protection or grace always plays a significant role. When individuals claim they are protected by God, the universe, or the ancestors, they imply a form of spiritual bulletproofing against life's adversities. Yet, could this protection be another manifestation of the universe's fine-tuning? In this view, our dodged bullets are not random, but part of a predetermined path, one where our spiritual growth and learning are prioritized. Now, from the psychological and clinical dimensions, all right, it gets even deeper. The act of dodging a bullet in relationship often triggers a complex emotional response. The immediate feeling of relief is perhaps the most common reaction, but beneath that lies a deeper psychological process. John Bowlby's attachment theory and Mary Ainsworth, her research on secure attachment, provides insight into how our early experiences shape our expectation and responses in intimate relationships. When we dodge that bullet, we may be unconsciously avoiding re-experiencing past traumas or unmet needs from childhood, thereby reinforcing our attachment styles. However, the relief after escaping a potentially harmful relationship may also mask unresolved issues. Krishnamurti's teachings reminds us to observe our desires and fears without judgment, suggesting that the bullet we dodged may still leave an imprint on our psyche, right? This raises the question, are the intimate bullets that penetrate us necessary for our spiritual and psychological growth, while those we dodge simply reinforce our avoidance of deeper issues? My friend, Dr. Alan Berger, going through a divorce with his wife. And he called me and he was crying. This is a therapist with, experience of over 45 years. He called me, said, "Zoe, I need you, brother." And I talked to him and he was crying. And I told him, I said, sometimes the bullets we dodge still hurt. That's a divorce. That's a breakup. You've invested all this time and energy, and it gets to a point and you say to yourself, why did I go through all of this, man? For it not to, materialized, right? Materialize into what I wanted it to be. Sometimes the bullet we dodge still has an impact on us. It still hurts. I want to get my brother Reggie in here from Austin, Texas. Reggie, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
I have some thoughts on Job that really bother me. If we talk about this story, I mean, it's the oldest story in the Bible. It's considered a myth. So even if it didn't happen physically, the picture that it paints is really the most important story. Job lost everything, right? I mean, everything. He lost his kids. He lost his he lost his livestock, everything. And he got his kids back. Well, he got the 10 kids that were lost back, but they weren't his original 10. He got replacements, right?
Those 10 that he lost are irreplaceable, right?
Right.
I'm with you. Keep
Right.
going.
So I'm like, wait a minute. That seems kind of cruel that God would allow the taking of the original 10. He don't want 10 more kids. He wanted his original 10. And if you lay that thinking over our lives, I don't want the lesson. I want the person that I had. I want the life that I had. And on another level, I'm an empath, so I can hear what you're going through and feel like I lived it because I heard it from you, and I feel for you. Well, I don't have to go through it and have it in my life. I could just listen to you and get the lesson from you. Why do I have to hurt, intimately, just to learn the lesson? I mean, God is an infinite. God is an infinitely wise teacher, and if God can teach infinitely wise, then God can teach in an infinite number of ways. Mm-hmm. So why is that the only way that God teaches?
It
just doesn't make sense. No, I don't think it is.
I don't think it is,
and I don't think it has to be.
Yeah, I don't think it is either. I think God has many ways to nudge us.
Right.
Has many ways to tap us on the shoulder, so to speak. Wait, stay with
Indeed.
me, Reggie. Stay with me. We're up against it,
Yep.
but stay with me. I need you back in here because you're just getting started. Reggie from Austin, Texas, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic? Call me, 1-800-920-1580. We still got a lot to talk about.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
With reported hate crimes rising in recent years, California has responded through outreach efforts across state government and in collaboration with community-based organizations for the launch of CA versus Hate. This non-emergency, multilingual hate crime and incident reporting hotline provides an anonymous reporting option for victims and witnesses of hate acts reported in 15 different languages through the online portal and in over 200 languages when calling the hotline. Report anonymously by calling 833-866-4283, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. or online at any time at cavshate.org.
We asked seniors how to prevent Medicare scams.
My best advice, if you get a phone call, do not talk to the person. These people are well trained. Don't talk to them.
They don't know me. They're just trying to scam me.
Don't be fooled. Hang up. Just hang up.
Never give out your Medicare number.
They're going to get your number to put in a false claim.
If I get a call from someone, I don't pick up the phone, and should I pick up the phone and they ask for information, then I hang up.
How do you detect Medicare fraud?
Just like I check my credit card statements, I check my Medicare statements monthly.
Scammers can get a hold of your number, order medical devices through your account, and you're not even going to know about it if you don't look at your statement.
Check your statement every month.
If you get your statement and you see something that you know you did not have done, you report it.
call your senior Medicare Patrol.
To report Medicare fraud, call the Senior Medicare Patrol at 855-613-7080.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 believes in community empowerment through the arts. Tia Chucha Central Cultural is on a mission to transform community in the Northeast San Fernando Valley and beyond through ancestral knowledge, the arts, literacy, and creative engagement. The Northeast San Fernando Valley has a population of about 500,000, the size of the city of Oakland, yet it has no bookstores, art galleries, or full-fledged cultural spaces until Tia Chuchas opened its doors in 2001. Founded by renowned poet and activist Luis Rodriguez, Tia Chuchas Cultural Center provides a year-round free or low-cost arts and literacy bilingual intergenerational programming in mural painting, music, dance, writing, visual arts, healing art sessions, and healing talking circles. Activities also include Mexica, Aztec dance, indigenous cosmology, philosophy, and 2 weekly open mic nights, one in Spanish, the other in English. In addition, they host author readings, film screenings, and art exhibits. To express yourself, heal yourself, attend an event, or volunteer, please visit www.tiachucha.org. That's TIACHUCHA.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
The world is yours. The world is yours. It's mine, it's mine. Whose world is this? It's yours. It's mine, it's mine, it's mine. Whose world is this? The world is yours. The world is yours. It's mine, it's mine, it's mine. I sip the Dom P, watching Gandhi till I'm charged and writing in my book of rhymes. All the words past the margin. The whole of mic I'm throbbing. Mechanical movement, understandable smooth issue that murderers move with. The thief's theme. Play me at night, they won't act right. The fiend of hip hop has got me stuck like a F pipe. The mind activation, react like I'm facing time like Pappy Mason. With pins I'm embracing, wipe the sweat off my dome, spit the phlegm on the streets. Suede Timbs on my feet makes my cipher complete. Weather cruising in a 6 cab, I'm on Taro Jeep, I can't call it. The beats make me falling asleep, I keep falling, but never falling 6 feet deep. I'm out for presidents to represent me. Say what? I'm out for presidents to represent me. Say what? I'm out for dead presidents to represent me. The world is this. The world is yours. The world is yours.
So my work is very active. I'm a contractor, and my knee has gone out on me. So I was thinking, well, I need to listen to my body.
Right, so which is more spiritual? To want to get up here just to prove that you can? Or to take something specific that I'm living, like a knee that doesn't feel as good as I'd like to, and find improvement about it? Is one higher than the other? Is one a better thing to want than the other? Or is anything that you want just a wonderful thing to focus upon? Is any improvement or any expansion on any subject what life is all about? That means it's not better or worse. We could have just said, well, everything in your world is perfect, and we're glad that you proved to yourself that you are eligible to speak with infinite intelligence. And it's been very nice having this conversation.
Thank you for not doing that.
But it's also really nice to acknowledge in the scope of what we've been talking about here that something that's been bothering you, not just emotionally but physically, is a knee that doesn't feel all that good. But what is the emotion behind it? I can't keep up with what I need to do. Or, in other words, poke at it just a little bit.
Here's my question. I'm assuming that the knee, as you've always said, is don't worry, it'll get louder, that the knee and the condition it's in is going, listen to me, you need to change, you can't just keep caring too much. And so instead of just making my knee feel better, I want to hear the message that my knee is telling me, so I'm assuming I need to change the way I'm working. I need to change, as opposed to just, I want the knee to feel better so I can still carry heavy loads and do what I've always done. So that's, I guess, a question is, the knee is trying to tell me something, right?
Yeah. Then your knee
Abraham Hicks, I played that clip for Andy. Your knee is trying to tell you something, brother. You better get that knee together. Oh, man. Hey, I needed that laugh right there. Let me get my brother Reggie from Austin, Texas back in here because Reggie was cooking. Give it up, Reggie. Come on, man. You was giving us something, man.
Yeah, I love that clip. And it was saying that, you can get the lesson from the pain.
I was going to say that clip was for you too, though, based on what you were saying as an empath, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can get the lesson from the pain, and at the same time, you can feel the pain deeply. I think that's one of the lessons that Job taught. You can feel all the pain there is to feel, and that doesn't take away from your faith. That doesn't take away from your will. It doesn't break your will. And when you think about your cousin, I grieve for you and your family. You know what I'm saying? Just the fact that he could feel that type of pain and that type of loneliness to try to take himself out, that hurts. That anybody would feel that type of pain. And so I think you can get the lesson from it, of course, but you have to stop and feel the pain too. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's part of the healing is to look at the pain honestly without judging it and get the lesson that way. That's very important. And I'm not preaching to you. I'm really talking to myself. I have to look
to
at
the world right now, and we all listening. We are parishioners in your church right now, brother. Please continue.
I have to look at my pain and honestly feel it. And I never reject my humanity. I mean, I think that's why Christ came, to so that you can look at your humanity and not look away from it, but embrace it fully and get power from that embracement. And I think we can leave better than we came if we look at the pain and not get caught up in it, but at least acknowledge it fully. And then you can get a lesson from it. If we try to jump to the lesson without acknowledging the pain, we're going to miss the whole story. And we're going to have to relive the pain until we acknowledge it first.
Wow.
Brother,
I love you, man. I appreciate you.
Love you too, bro.
Thank you, man.
That's
Thank
real.
You. Thank you.
That's real, man.
No, I feel it, brother, and I appreciate you. You brought Austin, Texas in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me. 1-800-920-1580. We on fire tonight. When we come forward, you think this topic hit all the points? No, it did not. We got a lot to talk about.
Aiming guns and all my baby pictures. Beef with housing police, release scriptures that's maybe Hitler's. Yet I'm the mal, money getting style, rolling foul. The versatile, honey sticking wild, golden child, dwelling in the rotten apple. You get tackled, caught by the devil's lasso. This is a hassle. There's no days for broke days when sellers pays while all the old folks pray to Jesus, soaking their sins and trays. A holy water, odds against nods and slaughter. Finger the word best describing my life. To name my daughter my
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. The Supreme Court is declining to reinstate the Biden administration's latest attempt to